Yo, it's Pranav, and this is my first video in about a month. I was gone quite simply because I made one big mistake, and that was relapsing on video games. For 2024, I hadn't played any games at all for basically the entire year. And in the back of my mind, there was always like this little voice telling me, yo, you should play games. It'd be fun. You know you want to. And throughout the year, like I ignored that voice. I was pretty committed to self-improvement. I had other things in my life that were important, like school, track and field. I didn't really have time for gaming, and so that voice in the back of my head didn't have any real hold over me. As my gap year started, I was still pretty dedicated. I started a YouTube channel. I was consistent on writing, still doing track and field. For the most part, since about July till October, I was doing pretty well. But midway through October, I started getting a bit more complacent with my overall habits in my life, where I'm not slipping up, I'm not being inconsistent. I'm still writing, I'm still doing YouTube, I'm still doing everything that I need to in my life, right? I'm still taking care of myself. But it's just not to a high standard, where instead of going to the gym and doing a workout on the treadmill for like say track and field, I would just delay, I wouldn't go to the gym, and I'd tell myself, I'll just run outside. It'll be easier, though not as good of a workout as it could have been. In terms of writing, I'd start later in the day. I'd push it off. I wouldn't do it when my mind is fresh in the morning. And like these little sort of things that they don't have a huge impact to day. Like I'm still getting the work done. I'm still pushing myself. But it's allowing me to cut corners. And that naturally started to snowball into like this sort of effect where I'm at my house. I see my old computer in the basement, one that I put away because I used to use it to play games. I took it up and I thought, yo, I could play video games right now. All I have to do is open up that computer, log into Steam, download some games, and I'm set. And usually I would have just thought like, no, video games are out of my life. There's no point for me to play, and there's nothing that they could give me that my life isn't already full of, right? My life was pretty good. But because I'd been complacent, because I started cutting those corners within my life, as soon as I saw the computer, I thought, bro, I'm in. What's one game gonna do? So I took the computer up, put it in my room, closed the door, downloaded some games, pirated it off the internet, and as soon as I started playing, I realized like instinctively, like this was bad for me. But I also knew that I wasn't gonna stop no matter what happened. And that's basically where like the decline began. Because playing that game, it just felt fun. Like I didn't have to go do anything. I didn't have to go anywhere. Working towards goals in real life is a little bit difficult. Like that's the point of it. If a goal is easy, then it's not really a worthwhile goal. And so growing a YouTube channel, working on writing to publish a novel, going to track and field and gradually getting better, like over time as you're doing workout by workout, getting quicker and quicker. These things take time and they are difficult. But when you achieve the success that you're looking for, when you achieve your goals, when you're on the podium and you think, I won, I did it, all that training was for something, it feels good. But video games just like hijack that part of my brain, where as soon as I start playing, it feels like I'm accomplishing things extremely quickly. And for context, the game that really did this to me was Dark Souls 2, which, if you don't know what that is, imagine like a fantasy RPG where you're playing as a character, you kill monsters, you kill bosses, you level up, and it feels like you're improving from absolutely nothing, a noob level 1 to like level 100, level 200, and you're killing everything in sight. It's fake, it's not real, but the way it's engineered to hit your mind, hit your dopamine, it makes you feel like you're genuinely accomplishing something. For example, there was a boss near the end of the game, right? Right before I thought, yo, I'm done with this game, I'm never touching it again. This boss, that's super difficult. You die, you go back to the checkpoint, you go back to the boss, and you fight it again. I did that over and over and over again. There was no real difficulty to the boss. It took me, 30 tries to beat it? But I just felt happy. I'm like, whoa, this guy's difficult. This guy's actually a challenge. When I beat him, that's going to feel so good. And when I did beat him, I was like, yeah, let's go. And it felt good for the moment. But then afterwards, I thought, like, what did that actually do for me? How did that improve my life? How did that change me for the better? What impact will this have one day later, a week later, a month later? The reality was nothing. Like it was just a boss. It was a video game character. Some pixels on a screen that did literally nothing for my life situation. The only issue was my brain felt like it was something that mattered. And so doing this over and over and over again for like the first 2 weeks of playing video games again, my mind was telling me, bro, this video game is artificial. It's fun, I won't deny that, but leveling up in real life is more fun than this. And I did not listen to that voice. I kept playing, I kept consuming. When I wasn't playing a video game, when I was too tired, too frustrated, just didn't want to engage in that sort of medium, I was on YouTube watching YouTubers. When I wasn't on YouTube, I was just lying around doing nothing. I stopped reading, I stopped improving, I fell off consistency. And since Christmas break was also coming around, I didn't have to train for track and field. I didn't really have any pressing priorities that I need to attend. And so I indulged nonstop. I'm a little bit ashamed to say that I kind of skimped out on the end of 2024. I wasn't as committed to being near my family, being grateful for my family, enjoying the holidays. I was just locked up like a dopamine addicted addict, just playing games. And it took me like the better part of a month to get out of it. Like even like 10 days ago, I was on Roblox, right? It sounds stupid, right? A kid's game. I was on Roblox just playing because I didn't enjoy it. I didn't find it fun. But at that point, I'd gotten rid of my computer. I don't have a Switch. I locked that up in a safe. I removed every single possible way for me to play a game on like a computer or something. And all I was left was like Roblox on my iMac. I started playing that. It wasn't even fun. I was just going through the motions, clicking game after game for that little hit of dopamine, for that little novel sensation of realizing I'm level 1, I'll level up really quickly. As soon as things got even a little bit difficult, I'd quit and look for a different game. It just felt like this endless loop over and over and over again. And I think the biggest thing, the biggest thing that literally got me over that hump to actually just think, I gotta quit this, I gotta make a change and get back on self-improvement or just living a life that I'm proud of, was one, like feeling that my life was terrible, that I was wasting away the time I had been given to further my life, get closer to my goals, kind of visualizing where I would be in a year, 2 years. Like, what would happen if I just played games? My life would stagnate, my skin would get bad, I wouldn't be able to talk to anyone, I'd feel anxious all the time, and life would just be terrible, right? Like, reality would be the worst thing ever, and all I'd want to do is escape in video games. Because the more I played, the more my life deteriorated, leading me to come back to gaming so I could escape my deteriorating life, and it was just a negative loop. So I read a book called Smartphone Dumb Phone by Alan Carr and John Dicey, I think. I just read the book. I forgot the authors. But the way it reframed it, like, because I was completely addicted at this point, even like 10 days ago, I couldn't stop for the life of me. That book, the one I just mentioned, Smartphone Dumb Phone, I read through it and it just was like a flipped switch. Because the way I read it, the thing that it taught me was basically shifting my mindset from I'm giving up video games, I'm depriving myself of video games, that I have to sacrifice that to improve my life for the better. It kind of just changed to me realizing, yo, I'm not giving up anything when I quit gaming. Because in reality, all it's doing is taking things from me. Taking my health, my energy, my vitality, my desire to improve. And it's just destroying that and giving me nothing in return. Because none of the stuff is real. None of the stuff is actually impactful to make me a better person. What am I losing if I choose to do something else besides gaming? And maybe that sounds pretty obvious for people who aren't addicted. Even for people who are addicted to video games, if you're watching this video. But the way the book said it to me, the way I read that book, the way it was designed to be read by addicts, right? Because the guy who wrote it also wrote books on smoking, gambling, sugar, food, all this stuff. Like he knows what he's talking about. Reading that book, it just flipped the switch to actually just quit. This happened last week. I haven't gone back. I know I'm not going to go back, right? Yesterday I was literally so deprived, so bored that I thought I could go sit on my computer, play games, watch YouTube. And I literally searched it up. I searched up a YouTuber on YouTube. He's a gaming YouTuber I used to watch. I thought, yo, I'll watch him. I'm bored. I need something to do. But as soon as I clicked on his video, a thought popped up into my mind telling me, like, you don't even want to do this. And then immediately I thought, yeah, I don't. And I clicked off. Maybe that doesn't sound crazy. You just use willpower. But for me, coming out of what I just came out, that was something that felt almost like miraculous that I could have the power to say no, that I had the power to make a choice for the better. And this has just been a rambly video, but that's basically what I learned, that I was complacent. And cutting those corners gradually got me to a point where I wasn't being very social. I wasn't working as hard as I could be towards my goals. I got lazy, and so I decided to go and play a game. I cut the corners, made the mistake. I paid for it with a month of my life. And then coming out of it, I only changed when I really realized, like, yo, this is ruining my life. I need to find some sort of solution, some sort of strategy to quit. I tried that multiple times. It didn't work. I tried something new, read a book. That helped me. If anybody's watching this video struggling with gaming, digital addiction, something like that, I'd recommend reading Smartphone, Dumb Phone by Alan Carr and Joe Dicey. That's what helped me. It's a short book. You can download a PDF off the internet. But I just want to say, like, I'm back. It's a long video. It's a rambly video. I want to work towards actually growing my YouTube again and making something out of this. So thank you for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.